Okay, everybody, so welcome. This is one of the places in my house. Well, not actually in my house, we're actually outside in my detached garage. So I figured I'd make a video because it'd be easier to show you guys instead of taking up class time. And again, this would be a way that you guys can get to know me and some of the things that I like, and just show you around what some of the things I've done. So I'm just giving you a bird's eye view, so one part, and then I'll take the camera off and I'll walk around. But here's my coffee, and see what it says. The first 5 days after the weekend are the toughest, or the hardest, actually. So this is my wife's coffee cup. So I got my coffee. I just wanted to show you some of the things I've done. This was actually a project that I did 2 years ago after I had joined a pool league and decided that I wanted to get back into pool and start practicing and start competing. So this is actually 14 years in the making, because since we moved into the house, my vision of this was to turn it into something like a rec room, a workout room, instead of a storage space, which was pretty much what it was used for the first 12 years. And then when I decided to play pool, I just decided to do it, and in 3 months this went from nothing but just rafters, no insulation, no walls, just an empty garage with, well, not empty, it was full of junk, and to this. So I'll show you around, I'll explain a couple of things that I did, and then again, if you have any questions, you can email me, or I'd be more than happy to chat. So here we go. Okay, so let me grab this. Okay, so if you look here, so obviously I did a lot of remodeling. So there's the access door. It's not all completed, so just keep in mind that this is definitely not finished. It's almost finished, but there's the access panel to the attic. I haven't finished that, but I cut the hole, and there's some of the insulation hanging down. I got 16 can lights. I did all of them myself. I did the drywall with help of my brother, my younger brother Spencer, who did, I wouldn't have been able to do this without him. That was the hardest, was the ceiling. So I did all of the ceiling. I put all the drywall up, and with a friend, and then the sanding, the mudding and the taping, I actually had a friend of mine help me, Steve Works, who actually helped me sand all of this. So kudos to them. I wouldn't have been able to get this all done unless they helped me. So anyway, I'll just walk around. So a lot of this, as you can tell, is workout space. So if you see over here, this is our bench. So there's the bench with a squat bar, bench press. There's my power tower. So that's where I do pull-ups, dips, pretty much a lot of the body weight stuff. And so I bought this table, little bar table with chairs. That was cool. So it pretty much matches, so a lot of black. And there's a dartboard. I don't play a lot of darts, but my kids do, so figured to do that. And I put the mirrors up. Actually, I put the mirrors up this past summer. My wife wanted something to help her with her, her technique and form. Oh, there I am. Hey. So I put the mirrors up. That was a cool addition. So I've got that, and here's the TV. So sometimes we'll come out here with friends, we'll watch movies, play pool, hang out, have some beverages. There's where I keep beverages, water and whatnot. It's good to have water in hand when you're working out. So Blu-ray, those wires actually go to the surround sound that I have not put in, and also for radio. So I actually had those put in before I realized I could have had this whole thing done wireless. So I'll probably end up not even using those and just going wireless. But oh well. So let's see, I got dumbbells, there's a balance ball, there's some more weights, there's a foam roll. Some of you may recognize what that's for. Some push-up bars. Let's see, what else? Oh, there's all the equipment for different plyometrics and things like that. And oh, look at this. So there's one of our extreme workouts, P90X. If any of you have ever heard of that, excellent program. I did P90X for a whole year, best results ever. And then I got into my accident last June, at the end of June, which kind of put me out, so I'm looking forward to getting back into it. Let's see, here's some of the other stuff. So the thing it is that my wife and I own pretty much every single extreme workout program that Beachbody has. My wife has gone nuts. I stick with probably the Body Beast, P90X, and Insanity, but my wife has pretty much everything. And she mixes it up all the time, which is kind of cool. I usually only have a few things. I stick with what I know. So there's the TV. Let's see, what else? Oh, there's some trophies we put on. So there's some trophies my wife and I won when we started playing pool. Okay. And one of my favorite quotes, I put this up when I started training. So I'll zoom in so you can see that. Determination is doing what needs to be done even when you don't feel like doing it. So think of drills. And so speaking of drills, this is actually what motivated me to put the garage together, was this table. I bought this table. It's a 9 by 4.5 professional sized pool table. A guy was selling it in Belvedere and could not find somebody to buy it. And he was going to sell it with the house and just leave it with the house. And I just happened to be on Craigslist. Wasn't even really looking or in the market for a pool table, but I was just looking, found it, went down there, bought it, and I had literally 2 months to get this garage ready. And so that was my motivation to actually do this. And so just to give you, you're probably wondering what all these dots are. Well, this is what I use to do training. So the spots, and these are just Avery spots, if you see, they're just the spots with the hole. So the stickers they use to reinforce your holes on your paper when you put them in a 3-ring binder. So what I did was I took some fishing line. I actually got this from a guy on YouTube, Torlari, because I saw that he did it, and I thought it was a fantastic idea. And so what I did was I did the fishing line, and I actually ran the fishing line from the middle of these diamonds all the way across to the other diamond, and I did that both directions. And so what I did was at each intersection of the fishing line, I just put an Avery dot right underneath it. And then when I was, excuse me, sorry. And then I was done, I just took off the fishing line. And then I put these dots here in between from pockets, so there's 10 going from each diamond. And this actually helps with my banking and kicking system when I drill too. So this actually helps me do all kinds of pocket drills, position drills, stroke drills, everything that I do to improve my game. And this is actually what any serious pool player would probably do. Maybe not to this extent, but as far as drilling. But that's the pool table. The kids come out here and play on it. It's a lot of fun. I really enjoy this. Let's see, what else? There's some shelving I put in. Oh, I put that heater in, so I have heating all year round. So I actually put in the heat, dug the trench, put in the heat myself, and did all the work. Let's see what else. Here's some of my patches, no big deal. Portable air conditioner, soon to have a wall air conditioner. I'm going to convert that. And so the last thing I want to just show you guys. Oh, by the way, here's a cue case that I bought from somebody. I haven't used it yet. Don't know if I will. I might get rid of it. There's our Precor elliptical, which I really enjoy. And let's see here. The last thing are my pool cues. So these are the cues that I currently use, and I'll just briefly go through what they are. This one here is a brake cue. So there are different cues for different things when you're playing the game there. So you have the brake. So I have a brake cue specifically used just for the brake. Why? Because when you're putting that much speed and power behind your swing, you don't want to use the cue that you play with because you might break the tip, you might damage it. So use a brake cue specifically just for braking. That's what the tip is for. And it actually has a harder tip so it doesn't decompress. So it uses a very hard tip, a much different design on the ferrule. This is the ferrule all the way down here. So the shaft is actually designed for braking to take the impact. So this was actually specifically designed for braking. This is my brake cue. It was actually a Christmas gift a couple of years ago for my wife. And if you see here, it actually, I love this. The name of this brake cue, it's from Joss Cues. Dan Janes makes this, who is a he's a world Hall of Fame cue maker. It's called the Thor hammer. So any of you guys, Marvel, that's where it comes from, the Thor hammer. And I got the black one. They come in different colors. I prefer the black. This is my playing cue. I have another playing cue that maybe I'll show you later in another video. I don't have it out here now, but this is my most recent cue. It's the one I bought. I bought it about a year ago. It's also from Joss. It's a custom cue, which means there's only one like it. And so I want to show you some of the things that this thing has. So it has a metal joint here, and if you notice the wood, there's several different pieces of wood that make this up. So here's the points. So there's different color points. It goes from black, orange, green, white, and black, and then it alternates. The color scheme alternates back and forth. Okay, these little inlays here are pearl. These are mother of pearl inlays, and this wrap is actually a lizard skin wrap, which I thought was kind of cool when I got it. And then here we've got some other inlays, very nice inlays here. If you see, it's almost like 3D. The graving is actually like, looks like it's hovering in midair. So there's mother of pearl, abalone is one type of wood that's used in here. And so I think there's 3 types of wood that's used in this. This was definitely an investment. It's not a cue that I would bring anywhere, but it is a cue that I used to play with. There are 8 points all the way around. Just to give you an idea, the more points, the more inlays, the more labor hours, which means the more expensive. So this one actually was quite a few $1,000s as an investment. And in fact, if you notice in the butt, it says a couple things here. It says Joss handmade. Okay. And if you notice here, here's my nickname he engraved. They know me, my common nickname that they gave me was the Professor. Not necessarily because I'm a teacher, but because of how I play the game. Very analytical, I think through everything. And if you know on the back, this is a custom cue, and on the butt, it actually says, handmade for Mark Kovalt. So that it was cool. And in fact, when I got this in the mail, I had no clue what this thing was going to look like. I told Dan, you know, here's what I want to invest. Here's what I'd like to do, and this is what I like. And I said, you know, just wow me. And I can definitely say that he did wow me. So here's a couple of shafts. So I have 2 shafts. These are high performance shafts, low deflection shafts that go with this cue. So notice the ferrules are a little different than the brake cue ferrule. So if I lay this here, okay, notice this is the brake cue shaft, and these are the 2 playing cues for the high performance shafts. Okay. And the last cue that I play with, I haven't really worked on this yet or played with this, but it's a jump cue. So a jump cue, if you notice, it's a much shorter than the butt of a plane cue. So there's the regular shaft here, and here's the jump cue shaft. And notice that he also, he made these at the same time, and so he made a match in the same kind of design scheme. So I thought that was cool. Now this doesn't have a leather wrap, doesn't need it, but look at the white here, the wood, and then it goes to this type of wood. It's got 4 points. Again, this is just for a jump cue. It's probably not my favorite. I would probably, if I had to do over again, I'd probably get a different jump cue from a different manufacturer. Not that this is any bad and doesn't work. Just after learning more and seeing the other styles that are out there, I thought this will work, but I think there are other ones that'll work out better. So let's see here. And then, of course, this is jump cue, so it's going to have a harder tip. So on the jump cue and the brake cue, you're going to have a harder tip than on the plane cue. So this is a Kamui tip, and these are other harder tips here for the plane cue. These aren't as hard. These are softer tips. They're like medium. They're not too soft though, but this is a hard tip on the brake shaft. So, and of course the case, this is an old case. This is the first case I ever bought for myself. It's a Purdy. Let me see if I can, where are you? Well, I'm not going to show it, but this is it holds 4 butts, or excuse me, 3 butts and 6 shafts. And notice I saw the sticker and I had to get it. The last person that touched my pool cue is in my backyard. So I thought that was funny. So anyway, but if you notice, this is an old cue case. This cue case I bought in 1993. It's still in great condition. Again, I had it in storage for 18 years on my bookshelf at the top. And in this case, when I took it down and I decided to play again, literally had like 3 millimeters of dust on it. That's how long it had been sitting. In another video, I'll show you my other cue. It's actually my first cue that I bought myself was actually a Tim Scruggs. I'll show it to you. That one there I don't play with because it's actually 24 years old and is considered an antique, if you believe that. And it's actually gone up quite a bit in value since I bought it. And I'll discuss that in another video and show you guys that. But I hope you enjoyed this video. And I'll try to put other videos in there. And just let me know what you think. If you have any questions, reach out to me and ask. So anyway, have a great night. Talk to you later. Bye.